Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Farrah, and here at Farrah Henley Education, I strive to bring you actionable tips and strategies for you to use in your classroom or teacher creative business. And today's episode is no exception. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I go live or upload a new video to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the how and the why you should be using literacy centers in your classroom. Stay tuned. What if I told you that there was a way to make your students self-motivated? Literacy centers are a great way to get your students self-motivated and excited about the learning curriculum. If you could choose one skill for your students to perfect in the classroom, what would it be? For me, it would be becoming self-motivated. Sure, there are other skills that we need to hone in the classroom, like critical thinking skills and problem-solving skills. However, if you think about it, one skill that sticks out above the rest that is crucial for academic and really life success is self-motivation. Now, you might be asking yourself, Farrah, what are learning centers? Well, learning centers are a great, exciting way to enhance the learning that is already going on in your classroom. Now, when you think of learning centers, you might be thinking specifically about literacy and math centers, but centers can be used in any subject. In other words, centers are a great way to enhance the learning that you've already got going on in your classroom. Now, a key detail here is that centers should be used for review and enrichment. Oftentimes, I see teachers putting centers into center rotations that cover skills that they are actually teaching on the curriculum that week. Remember, your students should have already been introduced to the skill that they're being asked to complete in that center before the center goes into the rotation. So making sure that your centers are only used for enrichment and review keeps this on track. When students work in learning centers, they can work alone or they can work with a learning partner. Basically, it depends on the activity. But regardless of whether they're working alone or with a learning partner, they're guaranteed to be having fun while learning. Good learning centers work on a rotation so that it keeps your students excited and engaged in the activities. One of the best ways to keep your students engaged is to switch these learning centers out regularly. One of the best ways to do this is to make sure that you've organized your centers by month or by theme. I like to organize my centers by month and keep my centers in 12 by 12 iris boxes, one for each month during the school year, so that it's very easy to just grab the new month and switch my centers out. Now, if coming up with learning centers seems like a daunting task for you, that you have several options. You could purchase learning centers from a TPT store or somebody's website, a teacher author who has created them, like the ones that I've created for my Teachers Pay Teacher store and my website. You can find your Kinder first, second, third, fourth, and now fifth grade center bundles for math and literacy for the entire year over in my store. I'll leave a description down below. Another option for learning centers in your classroom is to create your own. Now, this can seem very overwhelming. However, if you are a part of Learning Centers Made Easy, you're learning how easy it can be to create your own learning centers for your classroom. I'll leave a link in the description below to this program. I know I said that I like to keep my centers organized by month in those 12 by 12 boxes, and I do have a box for every single month. But I also like to stay organized within the center itself. Now, depending on how many centers you're going to run at a given time determines how many different containers you're going to need for your center rotations. I like to have 10 different centers running at a time for both literacy and math. Therefore, I have 20 additional boxes so that I can have 10 literacy centers and 10 math centers ready to go every single week. Inside the box, I keep any materials for that particular learning center, as well as any materials the student themselves are going to need. Maybe that is pencils, crayons, maybe that's scissors, glue, whatever the students are going to need, I make sure it's in the box for them. It's also convenient for them to be able to take that box, wherever I have assigned them to work during literacy rotations. Inside the box, I like to keep the center itself inside a gallon Ziploc bag, and any small pieces I might put into a smaller Ziploc bag. I also like to keep a 4x5 photo box, one of the plastic ones that you can also get at a craft store or Amazon. And I like to keep that in there also to maybe keep some other manipulatives, math manipulatives, or letter tiles, or any other small pieces that the students are going to need to keep up with. It just keeps everything organized. I'll be sure to leave some links down below in the description for the storage system that I use in my classroom. One of the advantages to using learning centers in your classroom is the ability to teach in small groups. Teachers love the ability to teach in small groups because they're able to give their students that one-on-one attention in a small group environment so that they can reach and serve their students where they're at. However, one of the biggest struggles for teachers is what are the rest of my students going to do? And learning centers is the greatest option. Now, if you are struggling with your learning centers or you're brand new to learning centers and you don't even have a clue as to where to start, I've created a program that is simple and easy for me to teach you how to run effective and efficient learning centers in your classroom. I'll leave a link to that down below and you can check it out. Another great reason for using learning centers in the classroom is because you are able to collect data on what your students are struggling with. You can collect this on an individual basis by using activity sheets or accountability sheets or exit sheets, and you can even decide that you are going to put a center into the rotations for a week and you are going to take all of the data from one particular center for all the students to get an overall view of where your class is performing on that skill. It's a great way to find out where they're at before test day. Now, if you're brand new to learning centers or you are just trying to look for fresh ideas for your learning centers, be sure and check out the resources that we have listed below in the description that you can head over to our shop and check out more. Also, if you're looking for other reading activities for you to do with your students in your classroom, check out the videos on your screen. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Again, hit that notification bell so that you get notified. You guys keep being educational rock stars, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye, guys.